All right, so solving polynomial equations by graphing. The real solution or real roots of a polynomial equation can be found by graphing. One method for solving a polynomial equation is to examine the graph of its related function. A related function is found by rewriting the equation with 0 on one side and then replacing the 0 with f of x. So there are 3 steps that you need to write down. So the first step is you need to solve the equation for 0. So over here, I'm going to put the steps. So step 1, solve or set the equation equal to 0. That's our first step. So I'm going to rewrite this equation that they are giving us, which is x cubed minus plus 2x squared minus 4x equal to x plus 6. So I'm just rewriting that equation. And then we're going to work on setting this equal to 0. Right now, it is equal to x plus 6. So we're going to remove the x and the 6, or we're going to make them equal 0. So I'm going to start with the 6. If you had $6 and your mother wanted you to have 0, then she would take 6 away. So we are going to take 6 away from this side, take 6 away from this side. And that is going to leave us with x cubed plus 2x squared minus 4x minus 6, because we can't combine that. There's no like term. And then on the other side, we are left with x. Then we want to get rid of the x. So to get rid of x, we're going to subtract x. If you have x something, or x in this case, we only have one x there, right? So if you have one of something and we want to make it so that you have 0 of that something, we're going to subtract that. So we're going to subtract x on both sides. And here I'm going to line this up with 4x because that is a like term and I can combine those. So my answer is going to be x to the third plus 2x squared negative 4x minus 1x is going to give me negative 5x, and then minus 6. And x minus x is 0. So that is it for step 1. The equation is equal to 0. Step 2, you're going to graph the polynomial, and we're going to use Desmos. You could graph it in any graphing calculator, but we're going to use Desmos so that we're all on the same page here. So step 2 is to graph the polynomial. So I'm taking this x to the third plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 6. I'm going to open up Desmos and type that in. If you are not familiar with this, x, the a and b is going to allow you to make an exponent of your choice. So we put 3 plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 6. So here's what we get. Here's our graph, and this is step 2. So I just said the polynomial, not the equation, because if you put equals 0, it is probably going to give you something like this. That is not what we want. So just the polynomial. And then step 3, you identify your x-intercepts because those are your real solutions. So -3, -1, and 2 will be your solutions for this polynomial. So write this in for step 3. You want to identify the x-intercepts. And those are your answers. So our answer here will be -3, -1, and 2 is the solutions, or are the solutions to this original equation. Okay. All right, so now we have we have our next problem, and we're going to start with step 1. So I'm just going to rewrite this. Yes, you should also write this. So we want this to equal 0, but right now equals -4x to the third. So in order to make that 0, we'll just add 4x to the third. And I need to add it on both sides. So I have x to the 4th, x to the 4th. I want to keep this in standard form, so I'm going to do 4x to the third so that the exponents are going in order from greatest to least. Next, I'm going to move to 3x squared. Then I have -5, and all of that is equal to 0. Then I'm going to go, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let you do it so that you get your practice. So next, you're going to do the next 2 steps on your own. Open up Desmos, plug in this, just the polynomial, so not equal 0, just up until -5. Graph that, and then write down the x-intercepts.